Hi guys, I am really excited to make this clean eating for the entire week plan for you guys. Um, I know that there are so many of you who have been interested in eating healthy and eating clean and meal planning, but you don't know where to start or it seems really overwhelming. And I was that girl. I was the same girl just like you who thought there was no way I could meal plan for an entire week. Clean eating, what does that involve, and all that stuff. I was that girl. And so for those of you who don't know who I am Junalee Arkema. I'm a Diamond Beachbody coach. I'm in my second year of coaching, and I'll be honest, I stunk at meal planning for a very, very, very long time. I started as a customer with Beachbody back in 2014, and I did what I needed to do to get through the program. I used the containers, I made my meals, but I did it more so day by day and even meal by meal. And that worked for a long time for me. That worked for a couple of years. And then it got more and more difficult to the point where I was self-sabotaging myself. I left room open for me to make bad choices, basically. And how many of you can relate to that? I think when you don't plan, you basically are planning to fail. And that was me. Basically, every few months, I would be like, hardcore, I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to do it, and I would do it, and I would stick with the plan, and then I would fall off the wayside, and then I would start to kind of just go meal by meal. And when I wasn't prepared, I would grab whatever was closest to me, and it wasn't always the best option. So I actually watched a video by our very top coach for the third year in a row of Beachbody. It's her, she's the #1 coach in the network out of 450,000 coaches. Her name is Melanie Mitro. I'm in a training with her and 4 other top coaches as well. She's phenomenal. She's full of information, and I love learning from her. And she actually does have a YouTube video and a blog, so check her out. She's really, really amazing. She shares tons of recipes and things like that. But my plan is to go through what I took from her training on how to plan for the week and set up a good clean eating menu, basically. So the first thing is, very simply, I hope you can see that pretty well, on Microsoft Excel, all you need to do is set up a little chart so that you have your days of the week. Doesn't matter where you put them, whether it's across the top or along the side. I chose to do it along the side, and I even left a little spot for my workout. So like today, I actually started with the 21-day fix program again, and I did total body cardio. And so I would write that in under Monday. So I'm actually going to do this right now. So I did total body cardio, and of course this pen doesn't want to work. Okay, total body cardio. And then for breakfast, I always have the same thing, at least Monday through Friday for breakfast, and that's my Shakeology. If you've been following me, you know that that's my go-to breakfast. It's what I make before I get in the car and drop my kids off at their grandma's and get to work. So for breakfast, I would have my Shakeology, so I write that in for Monday. Then I have a snack and a spot for lunch, and another spot for snack, dinner, and then there is even a 6th spot for another snack. Now, here's the thing. Eating clean requires not just eating good, healthy, wholesome food, but it also requires that you eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. And that's so that your metabolism stays level. Because if you go way too long in between meals, you are going to bottom out. You're going to become ravenous, and you're going to want to eat anything that is near you. And like I said earlier, that was me. I would not stick with my plan. I would become hungry. I would grab whatever is closest. And that was always allowing me to fail. And I hated that feeling of, oh, I picked the worst option, and now I feel like crap. So shortly after I get to work, I have a snack. And usually the best option for snacks is to have a combination of foods. And I'm going to explain very simply. Sorry, my dog is over here doing crazy stuff. I'm going to explain the difference between comparing certain foods. So you have your fast burning fuel foods and you have your slow burning fuel foods. So you want to have one of each when you have a snack. So a fast burning fuel includes your fruits, your carbs, and your vegetables. Your slow burning fuels, the ones that give you a little more energy and a little more long lasting, fulfilling, allowing you to not be so hungry in between meals, is your protein and your healthy fat. Combine the two and you get something that's more satisfying that will allow you to get to your next meal. So for my snack this morning, I had a small banana and 12 unsalted almonds. Okay. So you always want to have, like I said, a slow burning fuel combined with a fast burning fuel. So the banana was my fast burning fuel, and then my slow burning fuel were the unsalted almonds because that is a healthy fat. Okay. And then for lunch, I am really the type of person that could eat the same thing every day and not care. And I know not everyone is like that. So if you are the type of person who can't stick to the same foods every meal for a while, then find a variety and rotate them. So if you like 3 to 5 different things, rotate them out throughout the week so that you don't get sick of them. But for me personally, I could easily eat a sandwich and some vegetables and some string cheese and yogurt every single day. So basically my lunch today consisted of a sandwich, and I use the Sara Lee whole wheat 45 calorie bread, and I put a little bit of mayo, like a tablespoon of mayo, not even a tablespoon, a teaspoon of mayo on the bread. Some days, most days, I use hummus. And so you have your carb, which is your bread, your hummus, which is a healthy fat. The mayonnaise would be a teaspoon, and I don't put them together. Sorry for any confusion on that. And then my meat, I do 4 ounces of fresh sliced deli meat, usually turkey. You could do chicken or anything like that. And then I add my vegetables, so like my lettuce, tomato, and onion, and I leave those off of the sandwich because by the time I get to lunch, sometimes if I put it on the sandwich, it's going to be soggy. So I put them in a separate bag, put them on my sandwich, and that's my main meal. And then I do have yogurt, which is another protein. It usually has a little bit of fruit. Sometimes I add a little granola in there. String cheese, that is a healthy fat as well. If you wanted to, vegetables, you could do, cucumbers, baby carrots, anything like that. So I gave you a few options. Like I said, I'm very simple. I might have this every single day this week. Other times, mostly for Drew, my husband, I do salads for him. So I prep everything on Sundays for salads. I wash and chop all the vegetables, put them in different containers, put them in the fridge veggie drawer, and that way it's easy to pull out whenever I need to make a salad for him. And then I just make up little containers of dressings, so that way it's just grab and go. And his hours are crazy, so he never knows if he's going to be able to eat the meal that I pack him, or if they're going to have to stop somewhere for food or whatever. But for the most part, he tries to stick with that. And then I do they're packets of tuna. So instead of getting canned tuna, they have the packets, and they're like 100 calorie packs. And we do the albacore tuna. So it's a little better than regular tuna, I guess. And so I put that into his lunch pail so that he can throw that on top of all of his vegetables that are in his salad, so that he gets a little protein along with all the vegetables. So lots of options there. Then for an afternoon snack, I would do something like vegetables and hummus. So you have your fast burning fuel, which is your veggie. So I might do like celery or baby carrots mixed with hummus, which is a healthy fat. And I usually munch on that on my way home while I'm driving to pick up my kids. So the veggie and hummus. Now, dinner is really where people start to fret. They think, oh my gosh, now I have to create a meal for my family, and what if they don't like it, and they don't want to eat healthy, and my husband is picky, and yada, 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 and the kids are not going to like it. I guarantee you, use the internet, you guys. It is the greatest thing to help you find meals that are delicious. I try to share things on my Facebook page, so follow me. If you, every single day, at least Monday through Friday, I'm sharing something food related with the recipe so that you have something at hand that you could try. And guaranteed, I'm looking for things that my family's going to like. And I tell you this, my son is a picky eater, like picky. He will eat the same thing for every meal. Like today, my mother-in-law told me that he had toast and then toast again and toast again, and she did get him to eat a whole apple. That's my child, okay? He'll ask for peanut butter and jelly for days, weeks. That's just him. So when he does eat something else, when I am able to get him to eat something else, then that's like a victory, like a huge victory. So now here's what I do. I go to Pinterest. Pinterest is my baby, and I look up meals that are kid friendly or meals that are for slow, the crock pot, and I find just different things that appeal to me. And then what I do, this is where you're going to need another sheet of paper. And this is, meal planning is really important to do when you have at least 15 minutes. Shouldn't take you longer than that. You're going to want an extra sheet of paper so you can create your shopping list. This is where people fall off the wayside because they think it's too difficult to meal plan. They don't realize that it's really simple. If you look at a recipe and you like it and you want to try it, look at all the ingredients and look in your pantry, in your refrigerator, in your freezer, and say, okay, do I have this? Yes. Do I have this? No. Put it on your shopping list. And then that way, as you create all your meals, at least for me, it's dinners that I really have to focus on and figure out what I'm making. So 7 meals. Even if I do leftovers for a couple of the nights, let's say that Friday nights are leftover nights, 6 meals that I'm looking up 6 different recipes on Pinterest, and then I just write down the ingredients that I need, anything else that like Joshua might want for his lunches or Evelyn might need for her lunches at grandma's, and they eat the same stuff for breakfast too every single morning pretty much. It just goes on my shopping list and then I pick it up. Okay, so it's not as difficult as you think it has to be. So let's say that for dinner tonight we had chicken. So I just took out some chicken breasts that I had in the freezer. I took them out last night and put them in the fridge. And then I did a sweet potato. And sweet potatoes, you can honestly cook them up ahead of time and have like 4 or 5. So that way later on in the week for your lunches or something, you could just heat it up or add it to whatever you're eating, and that way you have some things on hand for your sides. And then, so sweet potato is your carb, and then for our vegetables, we had broccoli, okay? So chicken, broccoli, sweet potato, boom, done, simple. I'm not one into cooking gourmet meals unless I have the extra time, but tonight my husband basically got home at like almost 5 o'clock, and he had to leave for bowling by a little after 6. So I was able to pop the chicken in to the oven for 30 minutes, and I cooked up the sweet potatoes and the broccoli I boiled on the stove, and done. We were able to sit down together and eat a meal together and had like 15 minutes to chill and relax. So that was really, really good. And then if I'm ever wanting a snack at the end of the night, like I said, I've got a spot at the end. So if you're following like the 21-day fixed meal plan, and you're using your containers, same idea, use the meal plan with your containers. So let's say that I am allowed 4 red containers, 4 proteins per day. So I had my Shakeology at breakfast, I had turkey on my sandwich at lunch, and then I had 1 piece of chicken at dinner. So I still have 1 container that I could have as a snack. So if I wanted like some ricotta cheese with a little cinnamon, that could be my dessert, and it's really good, you guys. But I'm not really hungry. I actually am full from dinner. I have no desire to eat. It's already 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I'm not wanting to eat anything this late at night anyways. And if I am thirsty, you guys know the rule, fill up on water. Usually if you're hungry, it's your body's way of saying that you're dehydrated or thirsty. So drink some water first and then sit for a minute and decide, okay, was I really hungry? Or am I satisfied now that I drank some water? Sometimes it's that simple, okay? So if you'd like, I can actually, if you send me your email address, you can private message me your email address or comment below with your email address, and I can send you a link for what I created for my Excel spreadsheet for the weekly meal plan. And then if you guys have any questions, just let me know. You can private message me, comment below. I will answer your questions to the best of my knowledge and ability. And if I don't know the answer, I will find it for you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Like I said, reach out to me if you have any questions, burning questions that are just throwing you off. So that's it for tonight, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the week, and I will see you soon. Bye.